Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I thought I'd just spend my whole day making videos, really, and just forgetting about everything else. I've reached out, as they say. That sounds like a funny thing to me. I reached out to him, and he just never responded. But no, I reached out to a lot of different advertisers and stuff. I mean, what else can I do? Run down the street and scream, I want an advertiser. So I might do that next, actually, now that I ponder. I was wondering if you noticed another mascot in the background named Franklin. I named him Franklin, of course, after the little kids show, but he just got washed. I gave him a bath. I put him um, in the washer and dryer. This is a stuffy. You know, those stuffies, and I gave it to Spencer. It's really cool. You can have a lot of storage. I think I got him this when he was older, you know, kind of, because he's like me. He doesn't really care what people think if he'd wanted, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I guess he cares what people think, but he wouldn't be embarrassed if I gave him this. He just thought it was kind of cool. Do you know what I mean? It's not like he was 21 when I gave it to him, but probably in his teens. It has all kinds of different storage compartments. You can hide things in it. Like I said, it's perfect for your teen area for them to hide their drugs and things. Which brings me to this. Remember I told you how I went into the tank? For those who are new to my shenanigans, I was on opiates for many years and stuff and blah, blah, blah. And several times, I'll try to make this quick because I've gone over it before, but I know I have new people. Pardon me. Yes, I was on a high amount of opiates and other things like Zoloft, whatever that's called, whatever, depression thing, I think. And an anti-anxiety, I can never remember the name of it. Just doesn't matter. I was on a plethora of things. Several times I went through the detox thing at home. Like I figured, oh, this isn't really working that well for me. Let me step down off it. But I always had a breakthrough pain reliever to help me out. Well, then I decided I'm getting off everything. That's why I now use the Kratom. So I went and did that, and I took Franklin and I checked myself in, so to speak, and I didn't abuse anything. I wasn't an abuser of the medicine. It was just that your body gets used to it no matter, even if you're not abusing. Do you know what I mean? The only difference between addiction and physical dependency is the addict really craves it, wants it, will do anything to get it, but you still have, and the physically dependent person is just miserable, doesn't really want it, but the withdrawals are the same no matter what. If you've crossed the line to addiction or if you're physically dependent, it's, there's no, I guess, gray area in there. It's pretty black and white in terms of the withdrawal symptoms. So I took Franklin to the place with me, and they actually let me have him for a couple days, and then they realized I might be storing something in it. Like, why would I go check myself in? This is what I don't really like about the medical industrial complex. Everything's an industrial complex with me, by the way. I just got done emailing Benny Loca about something like that. Not emailing, but chatting with her about how, everything in life, there's the medical industrial complex, the military industrial complex, the pharmaceutical industrial complex, which ties into the medical. But at any rate, I don't remember where I was going now, but something about why would I, that I don't really care for those particular programs, but it was a pretty good one in terms of, cleansing me out, and they threw me out in 5 days anyway. If I would have lied on my paperwork and said, oh my God, I'm a hopeless addict, I'm craving them, I'm wanting them, they would have kept me for the whole month, which I was prepared to stay for the month, by the way. So I got thrown out in 5 days because I wasn't an addict. Isn't that cute? But it all worked out in the wash, and I'm now on the Kratom. But why would I check myself in? This is the point of the circular conversation that I'm having. Check myself in to a place and then smuggle in drugs. It didn't seem to make any sense to me. And not to mention, I used to wear a pen around my neck. Not to mention, but I will. I used to wear a pen around my neck. I love neck pens, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't have any anymore. But I had it on for hours there, when I first went in. And finally, they called me out to do my blood pressure and all that jazz. And they had me take the pen apart then. It's like, shouldn't they have done that when I first went in? But the bottom line is, poor dear sweet Franklin, he had to be thrown in a storage closet for the remainder of my stay because, I might be smuggling in drugs, even though I checked myself into the damn place. The tank, I called it. That was a trip. Oh my gosh, sometime I should just do a total video about the time in there. I was a total anomaly to the system in there. I know that's hard to believe so far. First of all, I'm not much for 12-step things. I think they're kind of, how can I put this delicately without offending people or causing pearl clutching? They've helped very few people. I believe the recovery rate is like 3%. If you don't believe me, you can look this up. I know it's helped some people. I might have some people looking at me right now that are going to be really ticked off that I'm saying this. But because it's anonymous, it's generally hard to sort of keep track of what's going on. There's other things that help people more than the 12-step. And a lot of people are uncomfortable with it because it's basically sort of based on religion. You know, you have to give yourself over and realize you're a helpless loser who can't do anything on his or her own. And, you have to embrace a higher power. It can be a light bulb. It can be a potted plant. It was a little off to me. So that was pretty fun. And then the fact that I was not a full-blown addict, that I was physically dependent, made it different. In fact, there were some people that just didn't believe me. I don't know why. I said, my God, I learned about it at the pain clinic downstairs. The counselor down there had loaned me a book. This is where I learned about the fine line. And so finally they got into that and everything. It was fun. It was fun, I have to say. Maybe I do well in institutions. I'm not sure. But there were a variety of people in there. Of course, we're not allowed to say who they are. And does anybody really follow that rule, I wonder? Whatever. I'm not very private, but I know others are. So, of course, I would never give names. But I met some really fun, good people in there. And it turned out to be like 6 of us in there at one point. Now, I guess I am going on about this. But I was the only... No, there was another woman. I was her roommate. And that was interesting. She was... not in a good way. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to be unkind. And they realized at the end that they really should have had me in a different room because it was it was harshing my buzz, as they say, interfering with my, recovery time and all that jazz. But we played Trivial Pursuit in there, and then you kind of learn about the other people when you're playing. Like one guy he got mad at himself if he wouldn't get the questions right, and we had to use sugar packets and different things for the pies because we didn't have them, and a lot of interesting things went on in there, ladies and gentlemen. That was it was kind of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest-ish, I will say. So I mean, it did help me. The detox did help me. I don't want you to get the wrong impression, clearly, because I don't use anything but the kratom that of course now they're trying to take away from us because we can't have anybody mending themselves by way of natural things, ladies and gentlemen. We have to be beholden to the big pharmaceutical and the American Medical Association and all that crap. Oh, I'm getting mad now. Same thing with the cannabis situation. I mean, I live in Pennsylvania. It's not legal, so I'm not at liberty to talk a lot about it in terms of what I might or might not do with it, ladies and gentlemen. I will keep that to myself. But I think it's absolutely criminal that some person... just a person, can tell another person, no, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to put that into your system. You're not allowed to do something that can help you. That's complete bogus BS. It's bollocks, as they say across the pond, and I will not tolerate it. It's something with which I will not put up. No, wait. Up with which I will not put, as Christopher Hitchens used to say. Okay, I'm done. Oh, my God. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Join me, join others. Drop your political identities. Let's focus on issues. Leave labels at the door. Research before you judge. Remember, war is a racket. I don't have the book handy. I don't feel like walking over there. I went off on a tangent. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but this is how I can be sometimes. I am a human being. I think that was it. I said war is a racket. Yes, I'm done. And Franklin sends his love. Send her my love, roses never fade. Send her my love. Who was the group? Love you.